roll on Monday Domination.
Oh, yeah. That's what we do. That's just how
Yes.
we do.
Yes. Listen, I am so excited to have you on the show tonight. I tell you, each and every Monday evening, I tune in. I look so forward to hearing you. Your show is amazing. It is extremely funny, okay? And it really sets the stage for the Angela Foxworth show and then our last show of the evening on Monday night, Hot Wife, Hot Life.
Come on. I love that show.
Thank you so much. So listen, you know that there are big things happening right now for you in the kingdom, James. Seriously.
Wow.
You are definitely making some major strides. Lately, you have, received awards and accolades and just recognition for your service, just in general. Let me tell you, you doing it in South Carolina. Do you hear me?
Wow. God is doing it 3 days in South Carolina. Let me get churchy.
Amen. And still humble to boot. That's what I'm talking about.
Wow.
So with that being said, we are definitely excited. And I think we got a little bit of a snippet of what we have to look forward to, which is your new single. Am I correct?
Oh, yeah.
I am so excited. Yes, indeed. And let me tell you, we were jamming that just a few minutes ago before we came in on this show. And what I love, and it says a mouthful, the joy I have cannot nobody take it away because you didn't give it to me. I love it. I love it.
I ain't gonna let nobody take it.
Let me tell you. So, James, I would love to know, number one, what inspired you for this particular season, this particular song, because it has such a loaded theme. Because I tell you what, if you don't see we're living in times where our joy is trying to be taken from us, this is definitely those times, okay?
Well, Angela, first of all, I'm honored to be on here, but really, the song, I did my first song 2 years ago, and it was called Better Is on the Way. And I really was trying to, I went through so much in a little bit of time, and I allowed people to take things from me that God gave to me.
That's good.
So one of those things was my joy.
Yes.
I mean, like, why am I here pouting? Why am I here down? We are here on earth, and we should be pillars of joy. We should be the people who people look at to say, wow.
Yes.
I can see the joy of the Lord all over them.
Yes.
God gave it to us, so why should we allow anybody on this earth to take it away? So I was like, you know what? I need to do something like this right here. Shirley Caesar said it a long time ago, but let me remix this thing for these new folks here that ain't know nothing about it. And let me tell them about the joy of the Lord.
Amen. Amen. And I think that is absolutely beautiful. And to be honest with you, I don't think we do enough of it. I tell people all the time, it's really sad sometimes you'll go into church and people are just so judgmental and don't have a smile on their face, and sometimes whatever they're going through, you actually see that on them. And if we're trying to reach a people who does not know what Christ is or who does not have any type of hope and joy, how would we ever reach them if we never smile, if we never crack a joke? I could be, just making a funny about something in general. And I tell you what, somebody will come right along like, you got to be careful. Don't be doing too much in jest. Well, you have to be, right. You have to be careful about, being so holy. We're no earthly good because God created me. He created me to tell a joke and to be funny. And I know when to say when and when something is extremely serious. But it is like we walk around saved but unhappy. So, do you know what I mean? So it's like, I love the fact that you are honoring joy, because when we are walking for Christ and when we are living for Him, there should be a smile on our face. There should be a pep in our step. There should be a smile that says, hey, no matter what comes at me, I'm going to get back up and I'm going to try again.
That's it. No matter what.
Amen.
We gotta set the example. We gotta set the stage. I believe there's so many people that are looking to us.
Yes.
And we gotta. Some people don't know who He is.
Yes.
And so us as Christians, we gotta not be so tight. We gotta bring joy. There's so many reasons to be mad. There's so many reasons to be sad. But what about the reasons to be happy?
Amen.
Let's do that.
Amen. And I love it. I love that. And to me, that is what your song represents. It's a celebration of just being happy. Mm-hmm. And I thank you that you were obedient in that area. And I actually do want to go back a little bit because I do want to encourage some of our listeners tonight because, you know, we hear all the time people write in and say, you know, they let people did this, people did that. And I'm telling you, we know that it's real because it definitely does happen. How would you encourage someone today who is going through that very thing? Like, you know, they are at the epitome of walking in what God called them. And even though it may seem unorthodox to everybody around them, they are happy, but they have all of those adversaries that come against them.
Oh my goodness. You know, the first thing I say, and I'm always encouraging people, like that's just what I do. I'll jump on Facebook just to let you know.
Amen.
I've got to honestly say this. There are so many people around you, and you know, I'll say this too. Mm-hmm. If you got people around you that are doing negative things or not being positive, they ain't lifting you up, and they ain't doing, you know, if they seem happy and they don't want to lift you up, mm-hmm. then you out of order.
That's right.
You remove them folk out the way.
That's right. That's right.
And you need to move them folk out the way, and you need to step yourself up.
Let me say that. You better say it.
Okay, because those are not the type of people that you need around you.
Yes.
You need people around you that are encouraging you, that are saying, hey, you can do it. Amen. You got it. God told you to do it. You better go ahead and walk that thing out. Because it's so many of us that have so much inside of us, but we are so worried about what everybody else got to say and not what Jesus got to say. Okay. How about we align our lives with what He got going on? Because He got the master key. And if we walk that thing on out, even though it be ups and downs on that key, you know, that key got ups and downs.
That's right.
Once we get to the end of that key, we turn that key and it's going to open that door.
Amen. You better say it. Yes, it will. And I'm telling you, that is some of the main problems that people go through is having to deal with people. Let me tell you, and I'm going to help everybody out here. If you are on this earth, be prepared. You're going to get hurt. That's just the bottom line. And the reason why I say that, and people look at me like I'm crazy when I do, because man is fallible. We're not perfect. Oh, yeah. We're not made to, you know, and I'm going to tell you, 9 times out of 10, our intention is never to hurt, even though we do, you know. But we have to be encouraged that when we know that we know, you have to be strong enough to be able to say, I'm going to stand here alone. God will surround me around those that I need to have in my life, those that will push me, those that will encourage me, because you want that. You definitely don't need naysayers. And I'm not saying that everybody around you is going to agree with you, but you definitely have to have like-minded, you know, individuals and dream-oriented people in order for you to feel like you're going to flourish. That's why every day I'm always praying to God, allow laborers to come in my path that I will deem worthy so that I can receive the word from you. Because not all the time do we receive the word like we should either. You know what I mean?
Come on.
Yes. So I am so thankful that we're celebrating just having joy and being able to overcome. But I also want you to encourage them, James, too. Tell them it's okay to let some people go because some people feel so guilty about that.
Now, listen, you preach it over here because, you know, 2016, I felt like I was in a rut, you know. Yes. And God was telling me, actually, my whole life, God has strategically told me to let some folks go, and I was being disobedient, and God wasn't taking me to the next level.
Yes.
In order for you to get to the next level, you're going to have to let some people go. You got some people holding on to your coattail, and that's that extra weight that can't get you up to the next level.
Yes.
You got to let some folks go and be okay with it.
Yes.
Even if they are not being negative, but they're not supposed to be in this next section of your life.
Yes.
You let them go. If God says that you need to pick them up a little later, do that. But right now, if God's saying let them folks go, that's why you got to have a good prayer life. It is okay to let them folks go for real. Like real.
Yes. And I say that all the time because it is easier said than done. I know for me, like when I invest in somebody that I care about, no matter whether it's good for me or whether it's bad for me, it is so hard for me to give up that investment. Even though I know in my heart of hearts I've heard, and there have been times when I've even gotten the confirmation, but let me help somebody out with that. It takes you further from where God would have had you to be. And to be honest with you, sometimes you got to look at it as where God is urging you because they won't tear away. Because there's something about the association that needs to be severed. And everything that's severed is not necessarily bad. It could just be that season.
Exactly.
It's time to part. Everybody looks at separation as a bad thing. We gotta, hurt each other, be mean, and, all kind of stuff. But that's not what that is. There are just some seasons that are meant for you to have a different kind of circle. And sometimes you do have to be okay with moving on.
That's good to me. That is good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm telling you, we got some meat coming out of here. We really do. And listen, I'm just going to take a quick break. Mr. Patterson, we're going to listen to the sounds of 108 Praise Radio. And when we get back, we're going to delve a little deeper in, this particular project and what you have going on. And you know what? I want everybody to know what brought you to the radio business to begin with, because you bring joy to us. So I want to know how that started, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, you guys are listening to the Angela Foxworth Show right here on 108 Praise Radio. We have the distinct pleasure of talking to James Patterson of the James Patterson Morning Show, and I am so excited to have him on. You guys do not want to miss a beat. Don't you turn that dial. You stay right here, and we will be right back. And like Chuck Willery used to say, in 2 and 2, we'll be right back in just a moment.